because I need to explain something to y'all. Because I'm in the midst of doing a more reading. Now, this more reading is for the more members, okay? Now, keep this in mind. It may or may not be about you. Whoever comes in, whoever is speculating, are they showing up in the more readings because they seen prior ones? Listen, some of you, you know that you're bearing witness to things, okay? Case in point of why I keep my chat closed, okay? A lot of stuff will come out on the more tier that are not about more members, okay? Specifically, but it could be somebody that you work with, somebody that you watch, somebody that you like, your family, yada, yada, yada. Every so often, actual more members will be in the more readings, but they get their own readings for a reason, okay? They're paying for them. Now, sometimes it's an extension of what came out. If I have a series, more is always going to get something, more than likely. The thing is, the last couple of months, y'all, when I do a more video, it has been for the future. Now, because some of you are more members, or you're higher, or you were back then, you already know that your part came out. You know why and how it involves you, even if it don't directly affect you. This is something that you need to do. Some of y'all have realized that you're working off karmic debt just by being a more member. Okay? So that means you're bypassing a whole bunch of stuff. But what needs to be stated publicly, right, is when we're talking about stuff like Enoch, Enoch is a being. He is the master of the Accursed Valley. Okay? That means he is the head honcho there. When I say that certain beings are elect ones, they are. But there is a group, right, that are being housed in the Accursed Valley. So they are elect ones. You understand what I'm saying? Now, what they do this lifetime or what they did the last lifetime or 18 lifetimes makes them certain branches of elect ones. So that means someone that you feel is trifling right now in this lifetime may not be in the next one, and it is because they are a fraction of an elect one. Sometimes you got to just see all the upheavals, all the ups and downs to understand what being an elect one is. It's not all peaches and cream. And the pathway to your ascension, not descension, because all elect ones are high level, high ranking beings. Even the ones that you feel is trifling right now. They're trifling for a reason. Then we talk about generational C's. That has a lot to do with it. Maybe they passed over before they could break it. Y'all got to keep that in mind. So the reason why it's important is I'm getting some remnants of the Cursed Valley in that more reading. And the thing about it is, this is some of the stuff that these people done called on. Now, I'm not going, I done already gave you a spoiler alert. I'm not finna go into details about what's on the more reading, what's in the more reading or what's coming out. Y'all, you just gonna have to see. Now, some of y'all gonna see instantly because y'all are members. Others of y'all, it's gonna be a minute. But by the time y'all see it that are not members, you're gonna understand why everything took place. This is how I gotta do it. That definitely means that my members get the heads up. And the higher you are, the more information come out. Now, I said I was going to be talking about NSVJs, right? Because that type of, you better not hit my car. That type of information comes out for the members first. So that means it's sassafras and whoop, whoop, whoop. Want to copy it, y'all going to get that information later. Now, some of y'all coming off in here knowing y'all got the itchy, scratch and sniff on you. Don't be like the ones that feel like ether is a healer. Let me just say I'm going to put it on ether or her members, because it's not, that's not what you want to do. So just, tear up out of here expeditiously. The reason why I'm laughing is because some of y'all is realizing that the problem is in your home. Now, I heard someone say, this brown noise stuff. This is the stuff in Ether's intro. I don't have no brown noise. I don't have no type of noise in none of my intros. What y'all hear is what y'all hearing. I didn't add no brown noise in none of my intros or outros. That's just something that gets recorded because of who I am, who I'm tapped into. Now, I said when y'all start hearing distortion in y'all recordings, then you're going to understand what I'm talking about, because you're not one of them, but you're hearing it. It's happening to a lot of musicians. You got to do take after take after take because you hear it. And not only are you hearing it, you're seeing it in your graphs. And it is because of who you are and who you connected with, who you allowed in your home, your studio, or whatever. Now, I done already said, y'all running around here talking about y'all beasts and savages, and y'all about to meet them. You know what I'm saying? Now, if you say that you're an elected one, you shouldn't have no problem with it. Because I know one that is so popular because of what he looked like. What he looked like. Y'all don't realize that he is a being. He has crossed over. Y'all don't know he crossed over. Y'all just know y'all don't hear from him no more. I heard him last night and I knew it was him. I said, I know that's him. When I gotta be escorted through a plane in a realm by archangels, that means whoever is there don't need to know I'm going through, because everything gonna change. Because when you cross over, you realize who is for you, their role in your life and everything else. Y'all feel like it's not important, but you got a whole being in the afterlife. You don't know where you gonna be. You don't know who you done ticked off. You don't know which one of these archangels, the monarchies, demon, and all other type of stuff know who you are and what you did. Some of them just sitting there waiting. They like, I'm not saying nothing, because y'all be talking. And then one thing I noticed, right, it's a certain group that love to call themselves the ones that they betrayed. For instance, Tahuti, Ogun, y'all run around here calling yourself the greats and don't even realize that they done whispered to you while you was asleep. A Sakina. And when they say it, you get up saying, I'm Ogun. You get up saying, I'm Tahuti. Knowing you is not nowhere near as intelligent as Tahuti. Y'all sitting up here, y'all don't know who is who. And I just said they reincarnated and incarnated. All of the greats have been reincarnated. You call them the same being in a different name. When y'all say y'all a thug, y'all got to understand that the real thugs, the original thuggies, is listening. And they are the manan. The big G know that that's what they are, because they do not give no F's at all. And when they're living, they show you that they don't. Now this one, he was whoop, 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 whoop. He was talking to one of y'all. Y'all couldn't hear him, but I heard him, and I knew it was him because I know his voice. He whoop, 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 whoop. And he in so many words, he said he don't know what's gonna happen. Y'all be sitting there doing all them chants and incantations and whoop, 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 and all of this. And then somebody gone, and then all of a sudden, you with that person. They didn't listen to you, they'll salt on their name, do all kind of stuff to their family, even if they ain't at odds with their family. All underworld beings are like that. I'm going to be at odds with my family, but you better not be. Because that means you're a part of the problem. That means you're a part of the reason why I'm at odds with my family in the beginning. Now, I said, I'm going to talk about it. See, I'm not scared to say things ain't right in the house. You know what I'm saying? I'm not scared to say things ain't right. You know, when things ain't right, they ain't right. But see, I have somewhat of an understanding about what's going on in my household, whether my household is my car, a hotel room, or the curb. Okay? Y'all don't. Now, I didn't say it was a few that woke up and said, and the response was, I can't lose you right now. I can't pay for this mortgage myself. It wasn't, oh, Big G, God, I love him. Please don't take. It wasn't none of that. It wasn't none of that. Because they figure when you hit the ground and you there, that you gone. You can't hear nothing that they talking about. Now say I'm lying. Say I'm lying. I hop on because y'all need to understand before y'all get the wrong idea. I don't use no type of noise. I'm not putting nobody in trances in my intros and outros. That's the stuff that them rock groups do. They be having brown noise all the way tucked under a chord. And you don't understand that that's what it is. Then you're sitting there and you're wondering why your offspring, eyes is rolling in the head. Don't put it on me. Now, you know, if you run around here saying I'm a thug, I'm a beast, I'm a sav, and your child hear it, and they got connect capabilities, and they sitting there talking to Usifinos in their mind, plotting on your money. Don't put it on me because I know what's going on. The topic is the Accursed Valley. I'm the one that introduced that to y'all. Some of y'all knew about it, but y'all didn't know y'all was in it. That's the thing. When I say distortion, you're present in distortion, what you think that is? It's just a fraction. You got the real one where the Demonishes is, where they hear you talking about them and they like woo 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 woo. And then you got the ones that on earth. Where you so close. Some of y'all hear that stuff, and that's why I said you're not cray. You hear it. You hear the tones. You hear you hear the seances. You hear the chants. You hear all of it. You hear people plotting on their own family members. You hear how these wealthy individuals have their children plotting on their money. I said it. I said it first. Now, some stuff not going to get put in no rap because it be them. When I said it need to be a skit about the ones you got right around you that's plotting, I meant that. I want to see how many going to do that. Because that means it's actual factual. It's not fiction. That's a real hood flick right there. Let's not make it about your homeboys, your entourage. Let's make it about your offspring. Because a lot of y'all, that's who it is. Y'all sitting there, y'all writing verses and hooks so you could put them on, and they saying 20s and 30s, 50s and 40s. I'm waiting for him to say something. He gonna wait like the last person waited that was in his position. Where you at? Let me guess. Where you at? You see 3 people. Nobody's seeing ether because it's only 3 people here in the live. Where you're at, it's only 3 people in that live. I see 13 where I'm at. I seen 43 somewhere else. So it's 3 there that's seeing it. That means the rest of y'all that's in here that ain't put the thumbs up, you one of them, because apparently you came in here and you want to listen, but you don't want it to circulate. That's how your music gonna be. So when you go on the gram and you put a little sugar on it, like he's saying now, he using my sayings too. He gonna put a little sugar on his content so it could be seen first. It definitely is being seen first, but not by who you want it to be. I'm trying to tell you. Look, the Big G got a plan for all of this. When I said this is Satan's internet, y'all start talking about she going for base, she going for... No, I'm telling you the real. It's a group of them. It's a group of them because they know the entertainment apps that I be on. They come over there and they say, oh, no, she won last week. Oh, no, she won again. She won again. And then they look down and they say, wait a minute, I'm being delayed. I'm being held back. Why is she way up there and I'm way down here? Because it's Satan's internet. And when he says it's time for her to go up and you to stay down, he mean that. When he said get off the app, y'all act like y'all didn't hear that. I spend my money, whoop, 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 whoop. She tearing up out of here expeditiously. That's what she doing. Because most individuals that been playing this game, right, they want to say that they knew, but they not. They've been here about 3 years, 2 years. They just didn't go on the app. Now, listen, they feel like if I come on, that they could somehow go to the app and get ahead. I said, y'all feel like y'all not finna pay me, but you're gonna pay the app though. When I said these are shock, this here belongs to Shock Tees. Nah, they ain't got they got everything I'm on. Why you think I'm on it? I'm not just on everybody's app. So if you know I'm on there, then that means I'm with fam. And they running circles around you. When I said you don't wanna contribute to my cause, something that is beneficial to everybody, you decide you don't want to do that. And when I said to you in your mind, I'm not the one that's calling on family, asking family to support my entertainment. Let me break it down. It's a group of y'all that call on y'all family members and ask them for $300, $100, $50 so you can compete with me on the app. This one say, she ain't got no wings on this app because she's broke. And then she say, brother, can you CA me $50? This is how those that y'all, and that is how y'all end up with somebody else's karma. Because now they sitting here getting into it with the underworld and they in your house. Those of you that are saying, this is what Ether was talking about when she said you're going to have to separate yourself, now you get it. Because individuals go to different realms in their mind. The whole point of this is I ain't got no brown noise, no pink noise, no white noise, no type of noise in none of my intros. Now, in my earlier videos, 6 years ago, you heard mantras, you heard chants. You didn't hear no noise because that's an interference when you record it. Now you understand why they do it. Because they felt like that is something that I did. I wasn't sitting in the living room talking about I wasn't doing that. First of all, my pitch don't get that high to be able to reach that existence in my mind. So I know that wasn't gonna work. I just like the way it sound. It cleared, and where I was at, it echoed. It echoed through. It cleared everything. It was peaceful. I don't listen to it now because it does not have the same effect. When I first realized that it was Anakinna under brown noise, I said, I took the little box because it was a box. I wasn't listening to it on YT. I took the box and I said, and I put it up to my ear, and I heard all kind of stuff. This is what happens when a fraction of your mind opens up. Because a regular person that has not ascended is not going to hear that. They'll probably hear it and say this is soothing. This is why I said the water, the waves crashing and stuff. That stuff don't calm me down. Listen to water waves crashing. To me, it sounds demonic. It's not soothing. To me, where I'm at now, the fire crackling is peaceful. Y'all get to understand what works for you now is not going to work for you in the future. When I say when my son will be away from me and I have time to turn up the music, I turn it up. It's always something with bass that I want to hear. I turn it up, it changed my energy, depending on what's playing. Let me tell y'all, I probably said this before. I'll be able to listen to just about whatever I want. Okay, out of 5 songs, 5 artists, it'll be 2 that I could not around my son. One was T.I. Anytime he heard T.I., he was like, nope, turn it down. And it was because of the energy he was in when he created that music. Yo, children with special needs can pick that stuff up. Their ears are sensitive. They don't want to hear no demonic shit. They don't want to hear none of that. So for those of you running around saying that the people that have children on the spectrum or with special needs are the ones that don't have favor, and these are the ones that have, you wrong. These are the ones that have spiritual gifts naturally. They see things that you don't see. And to them, it's normal. Because they've been seeing it since they were in the womb, not since birth. Y'all don't understand, especially anyone on the spectrum, the way that they perceive things is totally different from our perception. What you would think is weird, they think of it as normal. When babies sit in the crib and they're asleep and and you see their little mouth turn up with a half smile and their eyes look like they're blinking, they're talking to the big G. The big G is talking to them, playing with them while they're asleep. Do I know where they come from? I don't know the region, but I know that they go through a protocol before that being enters into the body. Your body, that person's body, there's a protocol. They don't just come from the big G, if that's what you want to know. Y'all, my whole purpose on this platform is to enlighten those that want to be enlightened. Now, if you feel some kind of way because it's coming from me, then I don't know what to tell you. I'm saying that I came on because I know several of y'all men is realizing that the problem is in your household. One of them. You can say it's because I spoil them rotten. You can say that. Because the thing about adolescents, especially teenagers, they don't realize that money is not endless. They don't realize that money don't grow on trees for you. If you was a farmer, then maybe. So when I imagine when you are used to driving in luxury cars, by the time a 13-year-old gets 17 and they say they want a Bugatti and you ain't even got one, and they get mad at you because you're not getting them a Bugatti, you know that you're doing better than a lot of people that you went to school with, a lot of people around you, but they don't know that. They used car a lot. They're gonna look at you like you stink. Why I gotta get a new used car? Y'all not feeling me though. Somebody like myself, if my father say we finna go, if he would have said that to me, we finna go to the lot and you finna drive off and it could be old hoopty, a bucket. He wasn't like that. He said you gotta earn your keep, and he meant that because if they don't earn it, you spoil them rotten. Then they see, you got content after content after content about how broke you is, about what you ain't did, how you ain't paid child support 1 month out of their whole life. And I know what I'm talking about. Some of y'all ain't got that age yet. Tell them they can't eat king crab. Some of the ones I be listening to, they be saying, I don't eat McDonald's. That's for poor. You know what I'm talking about? You know, and then they got they cheering, listening while they talking. They not making the money. The dude making the money. He happened to have a baby with her. You know what I'm talking about? My child is 3 years old, and we eat king crab and lobster. They are refined. They gonna eat gourmet food. If he don't end up in the Bing, it's a possibility because you're not gonna provide that for him. You ain't never even ate crab until you got with him. He just like the way you look. These be the ones that say, make me look like Holly Berry in the next slide. I told y'all, then they say, well, Holly Berry wasn't married until such and such. Yeah. Don't Holly Berry pay alimony? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's variables. I'm just saying. Y'all don't have to go into. I'm just using that as a reference. Because these ones, they be all on apps and they say, she look good. She look like she Blasian, or she look like she mixed or something. Big G, make me look like Big G, make me look like her. And then it's always a Big G, make me like they got Cheetos stuck at the top of the roof of their mouth. Big G, make me look like her. I just want my little bear. Make me look like her. Her hair too thin. Can you make my hair a little bit thicker? This is what yours. Someone just said, not my offspring. You hope not. You hope not. You hope not. You said they about to go to church next Sunday. All right. I'm gonna say, before you go in there, say, I hope that this is not one of them turds. Put a pass in front of it, talking to them Issachar in their mind. You gotta say that first. Because everybody feel like they're gonna be safe when they go in there. But you gotta make sure now that you say a little prayer before you go in there, because he can definitely be one of them. Say I'm lying. I'm a content creator. It just so happened my content is different. I was talking about the Curse Valley, and some of y'all know that's where y'all family went to. You feel like, oh, that's only for witches and this and that. No, they go somewhere else. They go somewhere else. They not up in the Curse Valley. Y'all gotta remember, is a Curse Valley, is Hades. Y'all can't forget about Hades now. You know what I'm saying? Different ones go different. It's HE double hockey sticks. It's others that I'm going to talk about in my readings because that's where some of y'all going. So you know what I'm saying? I got to highlight it. Y'all know what I'm talking about? Now, anybody got any requests for me? You could either email me. Now, when you email me, right, don't email me a whole story. If you want me to talk about certain things, make sure you bless that CA, PEKA 69. Because if you email me and want me to cater something to you before you bless the CA, then that means you're not going to get catered to. That's the way of life. If any of y'all have businesses, you know that that's the way of life. So don't act brand new when it comes down to me. I came on because that's my job. I won't leave certain places unless I talk about stuff. Y'all know that. I don't want to be sitting here for 6 months talking about whoop whoop the same stuff. Y'all should be happy that the ones y'all feel y'all need to fear is up, because you don't know how to deal with sis done called on for you. See, I'm lying. Y'all remember? They be playing it, and sometimes it gets so bad, they be like, please, somebody, help me. I don't care what you're into. I might not be into it. Matter of fact, I'm not into that, but I could use your help right now, expeditiously. You know, I am God fearing, but if you know how to click your heels together 3 times and bury somebody else's drawers in the backyard for me, then go right ahead. For me, make sure you put for him, because y'all be with the ish. You know what I'm saying? Then it's all right. You see how certain things be all right when you need it? You know what I'm saying? I don't normally go to the crossroads, but I need some help paying my car note. Papa, I said, kid, nah. They make their own stuff up. They hear me saying they feel like they, they can remix it. Papa, I said, kina basisi a babalu. Can you open up the gate for me? They be like, yep, I'm going to open up the gate for you. And then it just miraculously open. You know what I'm saying? Y'all ever be just sitting there and you don't say it's when you watch my content, because that's the whole cap and a half. Listen, you be sitting there, right, in the living room, listening to your baby mama's voicemail, and then the closet door open. You know what I'm talking about. You remember that day? You was just sitting there, you was talking about how she ain't this, how she ain't that, how she ain't gonna never be, and then all of a sudden the closet door just opened up by itself. You know what I'm saying? You say, what window open? Is a backdraft in here? Ain't no windows open down there, bruh. You know that because it's on the first floor. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Ain't no windows open down there. Is the air conditioning on? Because why my closet door opening like that? It didn't dawn on him that somebody pushed it open. Someone, it's not somebody, because somebody means there's a body attached to it. Someone is open. So if y'all know the person, spirit, y'all know what I'm talking about? You was just there putting some whiskey out for Papa Legba. I didn't forget who opens the gates. You know, he did. You was just putting some whiskey there for him to do something for you. Let me tell you something. That whiskey dried up. It just evaporated. You ain't get no blessing from that. You say, okay, well, I need Papa Legba right now. Let me just go ahead and get this. What's the cheapest one? Give me that one right there. This to get down. Give me that one right there. Your altar. Can I just put some flurry right here, some double mint gum, and some of this cheap whiskey. Yeah, I'm a little shot glass, and then I'm drink the rest. That's how they give an offering. Now the ones that's really into it say you doing it all the wrong way. You're supposed to go say, give me whatever's on the top shelf. What he like? Panacées? Give me one panacea. What he like? Fruit? We like, give me some chocolate. I want the best chocolate. Give me that giant from Dubai. Give me some of that. Why y'all feel like y'all just gonna PIMP these anakinas? Don't you know it's people in certain regions that's cooking feasts? Thanksgiving is one of them. You think Papa Legba is gonna sit there and chew on your chicken bone left over when he got a whole table plate, a whole one of them banquet tables of food in a different region, specifically on Thanksgiving? What you want, Papa? You got sweet potatoes, you got yams, you got all of that. That's how they get down. And y'all sitting here talking about, I'm just going to take a bite of this chicken and turn it over. That's how scandalous y'all is. That's why I said y'all better not ever. Because some of y'all know and believe that I am a pantheon. Y'all better not ever bite off no chicken and give it to me. I'm telling you right now. Because, don't, don't do that. If first and foremost, if you feel like you finna work with the gatekeepers, not the law. If you feel like you finna work with the gatekeepers, don't be PIMPing them. You want the top shelf, that mean that's what they getting, the top shelf. They don't need a fraction of your potion. You know what I'm saying? You got to dedicate this bottle to them, the whole bottle. That just sit right there. If you're going to do it big. You don't know what could happen. Y'all sitting up there talking about, I'm going to put some chiclets here. When I gave offering, I gave them to my ancestors. When I cleared up karmic debt, when you burned ancestor money and stuff like that, asking for something didn't come right after. I just did it because I needed to. And it was did on birthdays, not when I needed something. Okay, my Pop's birthday coming up. Let me do this. Just in case Pop's got some karmic debt that he didn't pay for. That's what real spirituals do. If they're not getting down like that, they're not really real. You go to the grocery store, you getting the highest grade of fruit. I'm not going to tell you what number to look for because then y'all going to say y'all learned that you got it from me. I'm not going to tell you what grade of fruit to look for. That's what they want. They want the exotic stuff. You go in there, you be like, what is this? All right, this is perfect. I don't even know what it is. I ain't never heard of it, but I'm going to get it. And that's what you do. You put on your altar the best things, the things that mean something to you. If it's a trinket, you can't never find your keys because of how you get down with your rituals. They always taking your stuff and making you lose it. And then playing with your mind. You running around talking about elves taking my keys. Y'all think I'm capping. They be, where my keys at? Where my keys at? That's stuff like that because you playing and calling on stuff that don't like you. Now you got to figure out, do Papa Legba like you? Because Bond don't like you. And you question, do some D like you? I said, you know, Byron don't like you, and you're questioning does some D like you. Byron some D is like a Heru, for those that don't know. I didn't say they were the same, because some of y'all gonna say, she don't know what she's talking about. They're not the, I said like, a combination. We know that Heru is a separate energy, and so is Het. We know that Baran is a separate energy because I told you he was, and you know that Samdi is a separate energy because I told you he was. That's how you know. Yes, they do get very aggressive and they get agitated because when they send someone with a message and you don't hear it, and you steady want to do what you want to do because you think what you're doing is going to get you somewhere, you're going to get aggression. Now y'all understand that Ogun is not nice. The thing about when you finally hit that point, right? When I say an archangel is monitoring you, it could be for various reasons. It could be because they know what somebody in your camp is about to do, what your children about to do. They watching, they listening. Or it is because they know it's your time. And they don't want you to do nothing to nobody undeserving. Now the deserving, they just let you do whatever. You know what I'm saying? They be like, oh, we don't like him anyway. You know what I'm saying? Just, handle that. You might win some brownie points with Lucifer or something. You do that. Not with them, not the ones monitoring you, but with Lucifer, you might win some. The big G is gonna say, that's not where I am. That's what he gonna say. He gonna say, to access me, you got to ascend. Because I told them, the originals know I'm not there. I remember, y'all, listen. I put some more, I don't be where they are, but